quiet corner of American history, a spark of culinary genius was born in 1853. In the quaint town of Saratoga Springs, New York, an unplanned twist of fate led to the creation of a snack that would change the world of food forever. On a fateful day at Moon's Lake House, a determined chef named George Crum found himself responding to a customer's complaints about overly thick fries by slicing potatoes into paper-thin rounds. Each slice was meticulously arranged and then fried to a crisp, golden perfection. The result was both unexpected and delightful, a delicate crunch that none could have foreseen. This simple, handcrafted creation quickly became known as the Saratoga chip, a name that hinted at a legacy both fundamental and extraordinary. From that moment on, what began as a humble restaurant treat captured the hearts and taste buds of the local community. Neighbors and visitors flocked to Moon's Lake House, eager to experience this new delicacy that seemed to embody both elegance and innovation. The initial charm of an accidental masterpiece was steeped in nostalgia. In the soft glow of gaslight and the murmur of lively conversation, patrons discovered layers of flavor that awakened memories of simpler times. This was a time when every meal carried the warmth of home, and every bite told a story of creativity and passion. The early days of the chip were marked by a spirit of experimentation and a love for artisanal craftsmanship. Chefs and home cooks alike marveled at its texture, a perfect medley of crisp edges and tender interiors. The artistry of hand-cut slices, dipped in bubbling oil, was celebrated with joyful pride. In every kitchen, there was a whispered hope that a touch of that original magic could be recreated, even if just for a moment. Slowly, the potato chip began to spread beyond the confines of a local favorite and emerged as a universal symbol of tasty ingenuity. The charm of those handcrafted beginnings was imbued with a sense of discovery. Families gathered around dinner tables to recount the tale of how one clever chef turned a culinary mishap into a masterpiece. Generations remembered the story with reverence, adding their own flourishes as it passed down the line. In each retelling, the chip retained its aura of mystery, a reminder that even mistakes can lead to wondrous results. Nostalgia filled the air as the chip, with its satisfying crunch, evoked memories of simpler, more innocent times. In those early days, every slice was a work of art, infused with the passion of a dedicated chef who dared to break the culinary norm. It was a period when innovation was born out of necessity and a spark of defiance against the ordinary. Every crisp bite told a tale of creativity and the willingness to experiment, even under pressure. The potato chip was not just food, it was a symbol of transformation and a tribute to the unpredictable twists of fate that sometimes yield unexpected treasures. Yet, behind the playful laughter and gentle clamor of a bustling eatery, there was an undercurrent of change that would soon reshape the destiny of this beloved snack. Handcrafted delicacies, like the original chip, began a journey that would lead them far from their artisanal roots. As the years passed, the local treat was embraced by a larger audience. Demand grew beyond the quaint dining rooms and humble kitchens of Saratoga Springs, setting in motion an evolution that was both remarkable and inevitable. A new chapter was about to unfold, a chapter that would take the chip from its cherished, handcrafted origins toward the vast realms of industrial mass production. The focus of our narrative now shifts from the nostalgic comfort of handmade art to the cold precision of scientific flavor engineering. As we enter this next phase, we leave behind the soft glow of a bygone era and step into a world where the quest for perfection has transformed even the simplest snack into a spectacle of technology and taste. This is the story of transformation, where culinary passion meets the relentless drive of modern industry. The evolution of the potato chip is a journey that traverses time, bridging the gap between art and science, tradition and technology. In its early life, the chip was a celebration of spontaneity and the human touch. But as its popularity soared, so too did the ambitions of those who saw its potential on a grander scale. The Industrial Revolution of the snack food world did not occur overnight. It grew gradually, fueled by innovation and the promise of reaching millions with a uniquely engineered delight. The transition was subtle at first. What was once a locally cherished treat found its way onto the shelves of small stores beyond Saratoga Springs. Yet, as consumer demand increased and market potential became undeniable, the process of mass production began to take shape. Every new technological advancement promised consistency, enhanced flavor, and a uniform crunch that appealed to a rapidly expanding audience. Scientists and engineers joined forces in laboratories and factories, testing theories and perfecting formulas to replicate that perfect bite. They sought to understand the delicate balance between salt, fat, and starch that had enchanted so many taste buds decades earlier. In an era defined by progress, the art of chip making became a science, one where every variable was meticulously controlled to achieve the seemingly impossible. A chip that was simultaneously delicious, addictive, and economically viable. The expert touch that once resided in the hands of a single chef was now replaced by the calculated measures of the modern food industry. This industrial transformation brought with it both promise and peril. On one hand, the mass-produced potato chip became an accessible luxury, available to households across the globe, regardless of background or circumstance. Consumers marveled at the convenience and consistent quality of their favorite crunchy snack. On the other hand, as production ramped up, the very qualities that once made the chip a symbol of culinary delight began to evoke concern. Behind every perfectly engineered chip lay an intricate web of additives, preservatives, and flavor enhancers, a side effect of hyperpalatability that made the snack almost impossible to stop eating. In laboratories filled with the hum of machines and the quiet concentration of scientists, the mystery of the chip was unraveled. Experts meticulously documented the role of salt, the interplay of oils and fats, and even the precise moment when heat transformed a simple potato slice into a chemical symphony. The discussion turned to the concept of hyperpalatability, a state where just the right blend of ingredients captures the brain's reward centers relentlessly. Crunch, factory floors resonated with the rhythmic clatter of machines, each echo a reminder of the transformation underway. Every step of the production process was optimized for efficiency and taste. Automated machines sliced and fried potato after potato, each one subjected to rigorous quality controls. Technicians in lab coats measured the perfect amount of seasoning, ensuring that every chip was a miniature work of art in precision and flavor. The once irreplaceable human touch was now augmented by science, and the kitchen of tradition gave way to factories humming with a relentless drive for perfection. Hyperpalatability was not a mere byproduct of technological progress. It became the very raison d'etre of modern chip production. It was a deliberate design choice, a formula born out of countless hours of research and development. In every bag of chips now found on supermarket shelves, there is a testament to modern ingenuity and scientific rigor. At the same time, these innovations came with unforeseen questions and challenges. When a snack is engineered to be irresistible, can its allure lead to unintended consequences? The perfect balance of flavor that seduces our senses might also embed within it a propensity for overindulgence, quietly reshaping our dietary habits and ultimately our very health. The industry continued its march forward, seemingly unstoppable in its innovation and expansion. Yet the clever interplay of science and flavor did not come without its costs. Even as production lines perfected their craft, there was a growing awareness that the convenience and taste of these chips might come at a significant price. As we journey deeper into this investigation, we begin to see the poignant irony of a food that once celebrated the beauty of handcrafted art, now manifesting as a symbol of industrial excess. In the bustling landscape of modern food production, the quest for the perfect chip encapsulates a broader narrative of our times. It is a story of human ambition, where the drive for innovation might inadvertently overshadow wisdom. On one side of the coin lies the joy and communal warmth of shared meals, and on the other, the relentless march of science fueling consumption. The chip stands as a testament to both ingenuity and caution, a signal that the evolution of our foods, however delightful, always carries a hidden cost. This journey from tradition to technology sets the stage for our final act, one that confronts the harsh realities hidden beneath the irresistible crunch. As we transition from the brilliance of scientific experimentation to the sobering facts of nutritional science, we find ourselves at a crossroads. The chip we have come to adore now demands that we look more deeply into its legacy of health implications, provoking questions that extend far beyond the pleasure of taste. It is time to delve into the hidden cost that lies beneath the glossy surface of every chip. The very ingredients that made the snack such a triumph of flavor engineering now raise concerns about our well-being. What happens when a food is so perfectly tuned to our senses that it encourages overconsumption? The answer, as emerging research suggests, is both clear and alarming. The hyperpalatability of potato chips can contribute to serious health risks over time. Regular consumption of these engineered treats has been linked with a litany of health issues. Studies indicate that people who indulge in fried potato products at least twice a week may face increased risks of obesity, high blood pressure, and heart disease. This uncharted territory presents a poignant dilemma, a delicious indulgence that quietly undermines the well-being of its admirers. In the rigorous environment of nutritional science, researchers have uncovered the chemical intricacies involved in chip production. The high-temperature frying process, essential in achieving that signature crispiness, leads to the formation of acrylamide, a compound classified by experts as a potential carcinogen. Although the precise risks remain the subject of active debate, the shadow of this exposure has fueled an ongoing conversation about food safety and responsibility. Medical professionals and nutritionists express growing concern as evidence mounts regarding the long-term effects of regular chip consumption. What began as a harmless indulgence is now scrutinized through the lens of modern health challenges. The convenience of a quick, tasty snack has been undermined by the realization that every bite carries with it a complex blend of additives, chemicals, and a propensity for overconsumption. Public health campaigns across the nation have started to focus on the broader impacts of ultra-processed foods. The rise of industrially produced snacks is now seen as part of a global trend towards diets high in fats, sugars, and artificial additives. Individual stories of struggle and triumph have begun to surface as people reflect on their relationship with food. Families, once enamored with the nostalgic appeal of the chip, now weigh the memories of simpler times against the modern realities of health-conscious living. Debates in living rooms and community centers echo the tension between cherished tradition and emerging scientific consensus. Every crunch of a chip now carries with it a bittersweet reminder of innovation's double-edged nature, one that offers delight while potentially sowing the seeds of future ailments. This turning point in the narrative invites us all to reconsider the true price of convenience. The journey of the potato chip, from an accidental delicacy to an industrial powerhouse, has been as transformative as it has been controversial. As we stand at this critical juncture, the need for informed choices becomes ever more pressing. It is a call for introspection, a moment to reflect on how far we have come and at what potential cost. In the quiet aftermath of this investigation, we are left with questions that transcend the boundaries of taste. What does it mean for our society when a food once celebrated for its accidental genius becomes a vector of health challenges? How do we reconcile a history of culinary triumph with the modern demands for nutritional mindfulness? The answers are complex and multifaceted, demanding a holistic approach to understanding our dietary choices in the age of processed perfection. The story of the chip, with all its twists and turns, urges us to look beyond the immediate pleasure of flavor. It is a reminder that every innovation carries consequences that ripple through time, influencing not only the way we eat, but how we live. The legacy of the potato chip is a testament to human ingenuity and fallibility, capturing the delicate balance between creative pursuit and the responsibility we owe to our own well-being. As our journey draws to a close, we are called to embrace both the marvels and the challenges of our food culture. The chip, having traveled a long and winding road from a quaint restaurant in Saratoga Springs to the assembly lines of modern factories, now stands as a symbol of evolution. Its history is interwoven with themes of creativity, ambition, and caution, a narrative that is as rich and layered as the seasons that have passed. Let us consider for a moment the full spectrum of this journey. The delightful, nostalgic past of handmade chips warms our hearts with visions of simplicity and personal touch. At the same time, the high-stakes world of flavor engineering and mass production challenges us to re-examine how industrial efficiency can sometimes obscure the finer points of consumption. The evolution of the potato chip reflects the trajectory of modern society, where every innovation carries with it both the promise of delight and the risk of unintended consequences. In closing, we stand mindful of the delicate balance between tradition and progress. The secret life of the potato chip is not merely a story of culinary evolution, but a mirror reflecting the broader implications of our changing food landscape. It reminds us that even the most cherished snacks have layers of history and complexity that demand our thoughtful consideration. As we digest this multifaceted narrative, one truth emerges with clarity. Every bite we take is a connection to a past filled with serendipity and a future wrought with challenges. The journey of the potato chip continues to evolve, beckoning us to remain curious, informed, and responsible. Let the crunch of each chip remind you of both the beauty of innovation and the importance of mindful consumption. Join us as we delve into the secret life of the potato chip, exploring its storied past and the implications of its present on our health and society.